Hey guys, this is Josh, Fish Filmmaker 3940 again, giving you guys another 2021 movie review, and this is for Injustice, which is the newest entry into the ever-growing DC animated original movies universe line. It's the 43rd entry, and this is directed by Matt Peters. This is based on the Injustice comic book and games, and set in a separate continuity from the main DC universe. Follows Superman's descent into madness after being tricked by the Joker and killing his pregnant wife Lois Lane and detonating a nuclear weapon that will destroy Metropolis. This was a movie that I had little to no enthusiasm for. It was something different, I'll give it that. But I didn't really like the direction they would go with Superman for this story. And when I saw the trailer, I just was rolling my eyes. But I went in with an open mindset and gave it a chance because it did have some good animation and it did have the superheroes that I know from DC. And while I will say I don't hate this movie, I've given this movie a lot of thought since I first watched it. This is a bit of a mixed bag for me, but I don't hate it. I do enjoy it enough. However, there are just a lot of things in this movie that I personally was not that big on. But there is also some good stuff in this movie, so I'm not gonna go gloss through and say there's nothing good about it, because there is. And in this, I will give you my reasons to why this was a mixed bag for me. Starting right off with the positives, I will say right now the animation in this is stellar. This is Warner Brothers Animation and DC Animation. They put a lot of effort into their animated projects, and I will say that same effort shows here. The effort that they do attempt to put into this is very good. I also very much like the score here. The score was also very interesting to listen to. I did enjoy what the score was going for. And everyone in the voice acting, I definitely have to say, does a great job. You have Justin Hartley as Superman, Anson Mount as Batman, Laura Bailey as Lois Lane, and Rama Kuzna. Which, Laura Bailey, of course, is a great voice actress. She does great here. Brian T. Delaney as Green Lantern, you have Jimmy Olsen, you have Yuri Lowenthal as Flash and Shazam. All of the crazy characters we know from DC are here, and I also did enjoy Anika Noni Rose as Catwoman. And you have the Green Arrow, and of course Scarecrow, and Killer Frost, and Janet Varney as Wonder Woman. I did enjoy those performances as well. It is a rated R, so it does take advantage of that and it uses it to its full potential. I also very much enjoy the creative side of things here when it comes to the action sequences. The action sequences are fun. There is not a lot of them, but the action is very well done. Especially when you have Superman fighting against his own members. I thought that was cool. That was interesting. And I will say it's different for a change of pace. And the Joker, of course, while it's not your usual voice actors like Mark Hamill and Joker such, is a new voice actor, but I very much liked the Joker here for his little screen time. And it does have some interesting concepts of what if Superman went bad after his nuclear bomb tried to go off. Unfortunately, this is where a lot of my issues when it comes to this movie comes into play. For as big as this is, in terms of video games, and the comic book story Injustice, this should have easily been split into two parts because there's a lot of deaths and a lot of character stuff they grow over here that doesn't really get full time to be fleshed out or resolved. It doesn't get as much fleshed out time as it should have, and that unfortunately does come into play when it comes to the writing and the direction standpoint. And it just doesn't fully go exactly what it goes, and it just doesn't really go full fledged for here, and it definitely does show in its storytelling and its writing. Another problem I do have with Injustice is I will say that this movie just goes a little bit too out there in places. Again, I appreciate the ambition. I appreciate the respect that they tried, but it just comes off as a little bit too different and a little too heavy-handed. Granted, it's something different, and I applaud for movies and TV shows. Especially, I'm applauding the trailers for Eternals and for that movie to be different. But what bothers me here is that you have Superman, who is my favorite DC character, having to go against his team, and it just doesn't really. I'm not sure if that's me rejecting that, or it's just my personal bias with Superman going against his team. Even Zack Snyder was kind of hinting at this a little bit with his Cut of Justice League, and I'm sorry. That's not the Superman that I know and love. That's not the Superman that I want to see. Again, it's interesting, but I just don't like the fact that Superman goes bad against his team. It doesn't work for a story standpoint, and of course this movie does suffer because of that. So ultimately it does go into some very crazy weird aspects here, and I just was not a fan of some of the decisions that they make. One of them definitely involving Lois Lane, one definitely involving the whole nuclear bomb, and then the team having to go against them, and even some of the characters here don't get as much shine as they do. Like Batman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, Aquaman, The Flash, they get some play, but everyone else like Shazam and Harley Quinn and Catwoman, I don't know. They feels like they get shafted here, which is definitely why I did say this should have been at least a 2-movie long event. Then I would have cared as much as I did. Like I At the end of the day, I don't hate Injustice. While I admire its animation, I admire the voice acting, and I do appreciate the fact that they try to go for something a little bit different here. I don't know, it just doesn't work 100% due to me not really caring much about the story as much as I should have. Not really liking some of the decisions they made with some of the characters, especially with Superman. I have not read the comics, I have not played the game, so maybe if I was to do that, I would understand it more, but I shouldn't have to really require playing a video game or something just to fully get into it. Again, it's definitely an entertaining DC animated superhero movie, but when you compare it to something like Justice League, Dark Apocalypse War and such, this is a bit a stepping down from something like that. So at the end of the day, Injustice, I could say you could watch it on a streaming service. If it's on HBO Max or something, or online, you could just stream it. Now, that was my thoughts on DC's Injustice. In the comment section down below, what did you guys think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere right in the middle? please comment down below and let me know. All my social media links are in the description box down below. If you'd like to send any money to my Cash App, you can. It's in the description box down below. If you'd like to get anything from my Amazon wish list from me, you can do that too. All my social media links are in the description box down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, get notified when new videos are up. Be sure to like this video, comment on this video, and please be sure to share this video because it does help with the algorithm and it does help this channel grow. Join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.